Shalom. Rabbi Josh Caruso of Congregation Mishkan Or. It is my honor to be here with you today as we pay tribute to Lynda's life. I invite you to join with me now in the recitation of Psalm 23. Adonai is my shepherd, I shall not want. God makes me lie down in green pastures. Lead me beside the still waters, restores my soul. Lead me in right paths for his name's sake. Even when I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You have set a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You have anointed my head with oil. My cup overfloweth. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of God forever. It is a fearful thing to love what death can touch, a fearful thing to love, hope, dream to be, and oh, to lose. A thing for fools this, and a holy thing to love. For your life has lived in me, your laugh once lifted me, your word was gift to me. To remember this brings a painful joy. 'Tis a human thing, love, a holy thing, to love what death has touched. Dear God, this day, be with us. Wrap us in your presence like a blanket. Comfort our saddened souls. And may the grieving family find solace in the love they share, in the devotion of friends and community, and in the knowledge of your sheltering presence. God console us all in the faith that Lynda lives on among us, in every family celebration, in each of our smiling memories, in her devotion to friends and family. Dear God, Shomea Tefillot, hear our prayers, find favor in our dear one, and a treasured presence to so many, so cherished and admired. Shower your presence upon her. May she be welcomed into your presence. And we say, Amen. I'd like to invite Susan and Andrew. They are Lynda's niece and great nephew, correct? And come up, they're going to share a few words on behalf of Lynda.
Many of you know we recently lost our mom, Lynda's sister. So to say that it feels a bit surreal to be back here in this room after only a few months would be a gross understatement. Yet, here we are. I found myself moving through the process of making all these arrangements for my aunt in a rather mechanical way. Not because I didn't care, but perhaps I could not wrap my mind around the fact that once again I was forced to say goodbye too soon to someone I love very much. My Uncle Norman and I met with Rabbi Caruso the other day to talk about Lynda and to help get him to know her a little bit better and understand things. What a daunting task that was indeed. It was not because there wasn't enough to tell, but moreover, where do we begin and where do we end? My uncle asked me later if I thought we had told the rabbi enough stories about Lynda. It was then that I realized that the individual stories were not as important as understanding the essence of who she really was. The fact is that she was something different to each and every one of us in this room. To me, she was a loving aunt, a friend I could entrust with my deepest thoughts, my partner in crime when we wanted to be bad, and the comic relief when I needed to smile. So, dear Aunt Lynda, although I was not ready for you to leave this earthly plane quite yet, I'd like to believe that you and my mom are together, watching over me and those that I love the most. May your memory be a blessing. And we're going to end this part with by sharing a poem that I actually found on Lynda's iPad just before she passed. So I don't know if she had a sense of foreboding or understood what was happening. But the poem had been sent to her from a cousin of ours after my mother's passing. And I thought it would be a nice little piece of comfort.
The poem is entitled Immortality by Claire Hamer. Do not stand by my grave and weep. I am not there, I do not sleep. I am the thousand winds that blow, I am the diamond glints in snow. I am the sunlight on ripened grain, I am the gentle autumn rain. As you awake with morning's hush, I am the swift up-clinging rush of quiet birds in circling flight, I am the day transcending night. Do not stand by my grave and cry, I am not there, I did not die. Thank you.
Like a wave arising from the ocean's dance, so do we arise from the dance of God. Like a wave returning from the rocky shore, its form given to chaos, but its essence restored in the ocean's unity. So do we return from life's end, recycled in holiness, to dance once more. Awesome and wondrous is the dance of God. Share this song of peace. Ose shalom bimroma, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru imru amen. Yase shalom, yase shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. In the Rolling Stones song, Waiting on a Friend, Mick Jagger croons, "I'm just standing in a doorway. I'm just trying to make some sense." And alas, he reveals that he is not looking for romance with a woman, the topic of many Rolling Stone songs. But a smile relieves a heart that grieves. He says he's simply waiting on a friend. We're all thinking about a friend today. Our friend Lynda. The Rolling Stones were one of Lynda Lovell's favorite bands, and their brash and impish ways fit well with how we knew her. She was indeed a great fan of music, rock and roll, jazz, country, Motown. Norman, you said all genres, right? And just weeks ago, she posted a meme on social media that said, "I can learn to live without a lot of things. However, music is not one of them." There was also something a little punk rock about Lynda. She could be subversive with her irreverent sense of humor. And like Anna of blessed memory, Lynda resisted the trappings of aging and embraced a youthful spirit. She projected that spirit to all who knew her. On her Facebook page, a memorial wall developed after the news was posted of her passing. Kind-hearted and caring, it said. Warm and sincere. An amazing spirit. A beautiful soul. A big heart. Soul sister. Amazing human. A joy to be around. So much fun. A beautiful soul. And on and on. I'm not sure what that noise is. We'll ignore it. Lynda was born and raised in Cleveland, but her parents moved to Cleveland Heights during her childhood years, and actually, she graduated from Heights High, and she was one of 4 siblings, including Anna and Lee Herky, who's joining us today on stream, and Norman. The kids were first-generation Americans, as their dad immigrated to the States at 9 years old. Family was always a priority, as Lynda and her siblings were raised alongside aunts, uncles, and many cousins. Lynda had a big heart, and she shared it with so many, including her dog, Mia. For sure, Lynda had a significant soft spot for pooches. she posted not a few memes on Facebook about dogs. Memes that said things like, "If I ever did anything right in my life, it was when I gave my heart to a dog." Or, "Play with your dog every day because they are your best friend for a short time. You are their best friend for their whole life." But Lynda shared her heart with humans too. She loved hard, and it was felt in the big hugs she delivered and in how she would be your advocate, your friend, your confidant. She was generous of spirit with a true heart of gold. And even though Lynda moved around a lot in her life due to her relationships, her love was portable. She lived in Minneapolis, Toronto, Philadelphia, Port Washington, New York, Montclair, New Jersey, San Francisco. Norman, I don't know if we got them all. Wherever she moved, you might find her at Nordstrom's or Neiman Marcus. She specialized in selling handbags, fancy handbags of all sorts, and built a loyal clientele, sometimes with the famous, wherever you might find her. Like the pop of a high-end designer handbag, Lynda always stood out. When I saw her at Temple, she always was glammed up and looking fabulous. Now, it was hard standing next to Anna because Anna kind of got all the attention sometimes, but Lynda wasn't far behind. I always looked at Lynda and I thought she was a little reminiscent of Stevie Nicks. She was beautiful inside and out. In her later stages of life, Lynda found her calling as a caretaker and advocate for advanced seniors. She was a companion to those who needed it and became incredibly close to her clients. They became like family. She fell in love with them. This is not a surprise, as Lynda valued so many as her own. Inside, her family was core to who she was. She was proud to be a Zach, alongside Anna, Herky, and Norman. In a family of big personalities, Lynda held her own. She loved being a fun aunt, and Susan feels truly blessed to have had her, to simply be in her orbit, to be a kind of big sister to her. As Susan said, she was her partner in crime, and when she was little, she always looked forward to getting together. And when she was big, she cherished the fact that Lynda moved back to Cleveland. What a gift it was to Susan and all who knew and loved her that she could be in town, right here. During the highs and lows, the Zacks, an extended family, stayed close to one another, maintaining family harmony even when it was hard. In my estimation, there is a strong centrifugal pull that roots each member of this family with the other. They don't quit each other, and it's inspiring to see. And Anna surely served as a great example of that kind of matriarch. We know how grateful she'd feel right now and smiling right now, thinking that the family is together. Of course, Lynda's relationship with Anna was incredibly special. They loved one another deeply. In fact, very close to her death, Lynda revealed that she dreamed about Anna, who in the dream sent a message that the souls who survive her should feel peace following her death, that she could rest in peace, knowing that everybody else was taken care of. When Anna passed only months ago, Lynda posted the following, again on social media, with a beautiful picture of Anna, you know the one, the one featured on the obituary, the beautiful picture of Anna, captured her personality. Lynda wrote, "I lost my sister. My niece and nephews lost their mother. Grandchildren lost their grandmother. Great-grands, same. Friends everywhere. Because wherever she went, she swept you up in her wake of love, laughter, and wisdom. Her spirit is so strong that she will never be forgotten. Love you, sis. Rest in peace. We'll celebrate you every day." And surely Lynda did that. Oh, we hope she would have more and more and more days. But towards the end, she anticipated it, and she knew that maybe she was coming closer to her final breaths. Still grateful for what she was given in this life. The friends, community, the canines that were part of her life. The joy she felt celebrating music, going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The joy she felt in putting together an outfit, picking out a handbag. The joy she felt in taking care of those who were infirm and who needed a friend, who needed a companion. She could look back on a very full life, built with highs and built with lows, and still hilly as ever, but knowing that she could hold on to the most important people in her life with the biggest hug she can give. And we know so many who felt that hug from Lynda can feel it right now again. She was a blessing to those who knew her. She is a blessing even after she has passed. Zichrona livracha. May her memory be a blessing. And let us say, Amen. I invite you to rise at your seats as you are able for the chanting of El Malei Rachamim, the memorial prayer. El Malei Rachamim, Shochein Bamromim, Hamsei Menucha Nechona, Tachat Kanfei HaShechina, Im Kedoshim Utorim, Kezoar Rakia Mazirin, Et Nishmat Lynda Shalchal Olama, Baal Rachamim Yastirehu Beseter Kanafav Leolamim Vitzror Bitzror Achayim Et Nishmata Adonai Unachalata Vetanuach Beshalom Al Mishkava Venomar Amen. El Malei Rachamim, God of abundant mercy, God most high, may the soul of our loved one who has gone into eternity find the gift of perfect peace in your embrace, together with the holy and the pure, whose light shines like the radiance of heaven. Compassionate God, hold her close to you forever, so that her soul may be bound up in the bond of life eternal. May she find a home with you. May she rest in peace. And together we say, Amen. I invite you now to join with me for the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, Bechayechon, Uvyomechon, Uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael, Bagalau vizman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Leolam Alomei Omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemeda kadisha brichu leila min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata dam iran be'alma v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, comfort to all who are bereaved, and we say together, Amen. As we turn to the conclusion of our service, I invite you to be seated one last time as we remember Lynda, the cherished daughter of Max and Dorothy Zach. She's the adored sister of Lee, of Herky, and Carol, Norman, and the late Anna Zach Greenfield. The loving aunt of Susan and John, of James Greenfield and Barry and Rose Greenfield, and Terry Zach and Edwin and Janice, Mark and Karen, Gary and Laura, and David, an aunt to all of them, and of course a great aunt to many, some who are here today, a cherished aunt. At this time, I'd like to share with you that Lynda's remains will be buried a few months down the road at some time when we'll be able to also share a stone setting for Anna. In the meantime, I know the family would be honored if you would join them for lunch following the service at the Marriott on Harvard on Richmond Road, correct? Or Harvard and Richmond. So you are invited to join them. Thank you very much.
You're on the Annisdale